Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Another episode of the Ultimate EDC. Today is kind of a big episode for me. I'm going to talk about my favorite knife. Honestly, it might not be what you expect, but for me, this one comes the closest to what I'd call the Ultimate EDC yet. But first, let me go over what I had on me today. Today's folding knife was the ADV Pocket Butcher. This is a nice little lockback in ebony wood. Really interesting little design if you guys have ever seen this before. Kind of a take on a slip joint, but it is a lockback. And this is in Bowler N690. It's small. It's probably about 7.5 inches with about a 3-inch blade. But nice Wharncliffe. Kind of cool looking. Ebony wood's really nice. Andrew de Villiers. So that was the folder. And then today's fixed blade was the Griffin Co. Scout Medic and CPM MagnaCut. This is a really, really small little fixed blade. I mean, it's tiny, real tiny. But for just some everyday tasks, opening boxes, cutting thread, or whatever you need, it's not bad. It comes in this really cool Bad Goods leather sheath. Fits right in. And if you can see, you've only got that little bit sticking out. And again, that's why I always put my wooden bead with my rawhide, just to be able to give that knife a quick pull. Comes right out. This is about as small as you'd ever really want to have, in my opinion. You know, but just kind of thing to have with you. Easy to carry, weighs nothing. So that was it. Griffin Co. Scout Medic and CPM MagnaCut, ADV Pocket Butcher. 2 cool little blades. All right. So, way back when I used to see brands pop up here and there on the forums, I used to see this knife. And it was in photos, but I never actually got to get the chance to hold one. It always caught my eye, caught my attention, and it was just something about the design, the build, the look. It just had a certain presence to it, you know? But I never pulled the trigger. So one day, I'm scrolling through the forums, and like we all do, I'm just checking out what people are posting, looking for something new, and I see this model. The seller had it up for either cash or trade, which you guys, I'm sure you've seen if you've ever been on the forums before. And I was curious, so I read through the post, and I actually noticed that he was looking to possibly trade for a Strider, an SNG to be exact. I happen to have one in my collection. Now, I knew that Strider, you know, it was part of the big three, but I don't think I fully appreciated how in demand they were at that time until I started talking to this guy. So we reached out, we talked, I asked him about the trade. Without hesitation, he said, absolutely, deal done. So packaged them up, shipped them off, and then I was just waiting for that blade to come in. So what knife is it? What is my favorite brand knife? Anybody have a guess down below? Any guesses? Is it Strider? The SMF version, which is my favorite iteration of Strider. This is the copper. Just a beautiful, beautiful, well-done blade. Copper show side. Anode titanium. Black oxidized blade, MagnaCut. Is it Strider? Is Strider my favorite blade? No, it's not. Is it CRK? Chris Reeve? Is that my favorite maker? This is the Inkosi, the Tanto blade with the micarta inlays. Very nice, very ergonomic. Is this my favorite? The answer is no. Is it Hinderer? Full tie XM24? The bronze scales? With the Bowie blade? 20 CV? This is a really, really good knife. Excellent. Is it Hinderer? The answer is no, it's not. Is it Medford. Now, you guys know I'm a massive fan of Medford, particularly the 187. This knife is very close for me. Very close. Bronze tie, PVD black hardware, S90V blade in the Tanto version. Beautifully done. Is this my favorite? No, it's not. How about a knife that I rave about? Daiware. Is Daiware my favorite? Close. Very close. Beautifully done. This is a Tail Whip V2. Excellent, excellent blade. This is in 20 CV. Unbelievable machining on these blades. Is it Daiware? It's not. So, I'll continue. When the knife arrived in the mail, I was completely blown away. I mean, I had high expectations for sure, but this blade definitely exceeded them. It was the quality, the feel in hand, the action. Everything about it felt dialed in, just completely dialed in. And I've owned a lot of folders over the years, but this one just stood out. To this day, I haven't come across another knife that just had that same feeling. And we've got some bangers here. Some very prolific makers, great action, great designs. I mean, some would say the best as far as production and custom knives go. But no, it's not. I'm going to move these out of the way. And the reveal. What is my favorite knife? Any guesses? It is this, folks. It is the Curtis Customs F3 Large. Let me tell you, this knife is really something special. It truly is. I have a few iterations of this, and I'll go over them. This is the F3 Large with a Wharncliffe blade, bronze tie, and it's just everything. It checks off almost every box for me. And the thing that really got me in this was the action. This knife, if you watch, effortless. Effortless open, closing, no bounce, smooth as glass, controlled close. It's just unbelievable. It is truly the only adjective that I can think of to describe this action is effortless. It's just so smooth. So this is one example. And this is the other. This is the kind of like the gray titanium. And this is a Spanto blade. Just two unbelievable examples. So the action again is the same. Just effortless. I hope that translates on camera, how easy that is. So it's hard to explain unless you've ever felt it. They're not the flashiest knives. They're not the biggest or this and that. They're just right. They feel just right. And to this day, I've never handled another folder that's just so smooth. Never this smooth. I've got Grimsmo. I've got all kinds of brands. I've held knives worth much, much more. $2,000, $3,000 blades. They have not matched this for me. There is just something about this blade for me that is as close to the perfect ultimate EDC that I found yet. Wonder if anybody thought that, or they would even give it a shot. These knives, if you've never held one, it's a big blade. This is about 8.75 overall, 3.75 blade. They're about 5.5 ounces overall. Great. CTS XHP steel on this one. And CTS XHP steel on the Spanto as well. Just beautiful. Let me get a look at this close up. Very well done. Like I said, they may not be the flashiest blade. They're not the biggest. They're definitely not the most expensive. They're not cheap by any means. But they are special. So after I got this one, I was hooked immediately. and I wanted to find another. But that quickly became a challenge. This was the first one. This was the second, probably. The models I was drawn to specifically is the full-size F3 Large. And lately, it feels like they're getting even rarer to find. I think people are holding on to them, and for good reason, because they are phenomenal knives. I mean, unbelievable knives. Unbelievable. It's just, it's hard to convey how nice they are until you've actually had it in hand. They fit my hand perfect. I have XL hands, and they fit great. The action, no bounce at all. Again, the Wharncliffe, just perfect. Just, there is no, you do not have to snap or nothing, just a little bit of a light switch, out. I have never felt a knife with this kind of action before, never. Customs, production, nothing. They are that much of a banger. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about the slim variants, which I have, which are nice, but they don't have that same feeling. I prefer the full size, the weight, the balance, the way it feels in hand. It's just more my style. Let me grab one of the slims. And don't get me wrong, they are very well done as well. This is one of the slims. It's got that really textured scale with the anode pivot. And it's got the real heavy acid wash blade. This is MagnaCut. This is great. This is a beautiful knife. Doesn't quite have the same action, but you know, as far as overall dimensions, they're pretty much perfect, right? Pretty much exact. So, and I have another slim variant, and you can see the difference I'll show you. So you can see by the scales, slim, the standard version, much thicker, much more robust. But the slim, nothing to sneeze at. A lighter package, some people might prefer, a little bit thinner blade stock. You can see that. So slim. This is the full size. Slim, slim. And I just acquired another full size. Now the only difference I see between these is this must be an older model as well. I think these are around 2015 variants here. And I don't have the year on this one, but if you notice, the blade is different. The way the grind is, the way it's cut and tapered, I hope you can see that. Let me get a look at this for you guys. You can see this. You can see how it varies. There's not as much of a choil, and it's a little bit thicker, and it's got a swedge on the top right here. Great edge on it. It's just a great example. Not quite as drop shot. I got to break this one in, take it apart. I haven't taken it apart yet and kind of see what's going on inside. But flipping action, phenomenal. But again, these variants here, just butter smooth. The Wharncliffe version, which I really like as well. Very, very cool looking blade, and that bronze looks really nice. So I'm going to close these up. Get these out of the way. I'm real curious to see what your guys' experiences have been with Curtis Custom Knives. Like I said, for me, it's the best that I've found yet. I know that might be controversial to some, but they really are the best feeling knives, best action, best overall package. I mean, these knives are really close that are surrounding them right here. I mean, the first place, without a doubt, Spanto, then the Wharncliffe. And then if I have to be honest, it's probably the Medford 187 right now. I really, really, really like this blade. I mean, a ton. It is phenomenal. Fantastic. So the 187, Massive, massive fan of the Hinder XM24 with the Bowie blade. Massive fan. And Daiware, I mean, like I said, probably the best built, but not the best ergos or action for me. But unbelievably done. Unbelievably well done. Custom knife. And I know the variation of what you consider a custom knife can change. But Strider too, I mean, Strider is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome knives. CRK, you know, as far as engineering, very well engineered blades. Extremely well done. So guys, that's it. I mean, out of all the blades I've owned, handled, or chased, they still hold the top notch. They really do. It's not perfect, but it's as close as I've come. If I had one criticism of the blade, it would probably be to shrink the flipper tab a little bit. I think you can still get great leverage and snappy action if you just trimmed it down a little bit. They are a little bit obtrusive, as you can see, but they do give you great leverage. So, you know, in a way, I almost hope I don't find the Ultimate EDC because then, you know, the chase kind of comes to an end. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a comment, let me know. I'm so curious to see what you guys think of Curtis Custom Knives. Have you held them? Have you owned one? What your thoughts are. So let me know. Finally, I'm going to do today's movie recommendation. It's of a departure. This is horror I'm going to. The Conjuring. Released in 2013. This movie is based off a real-life case from paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. This has got to be one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. I mean, over The Exorcist and over some other ones. It's really scary. And the thing is, when you're watching it, you can feel the tension in the air. I mean, this is a really scary movie. So if you like horror movies, definitely check it out. You've probably already seen it. But either way, thanks, guys, for checking in, and have a great weekend.